When PXG release new golf clubs, there's always interest, whether it be performance, price, but with the 0211 range and particularly irons, so many golfers talking about a completely different price point. But I'm always intrigued, if something costs so much different, what could they have sacrificed to get this to market? So I've tested various PXG irons over the last few years and I've always been super impressed with how they felt, how they've performed. But I would say maybe price point has been a little off-putting. But these irons coming in the UK at £119 an iron. Now I know it's not phenomenally cheap, but when you think the new Generation 4 irons have just come out and they're £360 an iron, that's a big difference. And suddenly these become something that as an aspirational brand, almost any golfer can now afford a set of PXG irons. So let's put this iron to the test and see how good it really is. Now, just before we start hitting shots and seeing how good the irons are, if you're new down to my channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're enjoying today's content, you don't currently subscribe, I would love you to hit the subscribe button below, ring the notification bell, then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. But for now, let's get crushing some irons and see how good these are. So the one thing I've always been super impressed with PXG irons is the feel. Now, this is a hollow-headed iron, but it has got material inside to dampen that kind of maybe harsh feeling that some of the hollow irons kind of have. But it's a really good looking iron. You put it behind the golf ball. It's quite a long kind of blade from toe to heel, but quite clever on the top, how it's quite a thick top line, but the way they've kind of engineered it is you only see the top probably third. So it actually looks very, very thin behind the golf ball. But like I said, it's a super impressive looking iron. If you look at the sole, it's quite a wide sole with a bit of bounce. And I think particularly for turf interaction, that will really, really help. And I think as you go through the set, there's slightly less bounce in certain irons. So it should be very playable off any kind of lie. Now, I've purposely not hit any shots with this. It's a 28-degree 7-iron. But I've not hit any in warm-up because I want this to be a genuine reaction to kind of when I first hit it as to how it feels and how it flies. So 28 degrees is on the strong side, but CG very low, wide sole. I'm still expecting this to go nice and high, probably be a little bit low on spin, but 7-iron, let's go. Oh, that felt quick. And we can see there, just over 5,000 spin, a little bit out the toe, so wasn't absolutely flushed, but 176 carry is good. Really, really good. Oh, that does feel absolutely incredible. So flush that one. So 126 ball speed, smash at 1.42. Again, kind of just over 5,000 spin and 184 carry. Now, I'll be honest, I really like the feel of that. It doesn't feel hard at all. It feels very fast off the face, but doesn't feel hard. So I think that's a really good looking forgiving iron, but also a really nice feeling forgiving iron. Let's go a couple more just stock ones. Again, that is absolutely lovely and some very, very impressive numbers. Right, so it's a very different lofted 7-iron than I currently use. I think my 7-iron is actually 35 degrees. So this is actually, in my set, the loft on this is actually between my 5 and 6 iron. Now, I still hit it nice and high. I get a huge amount of ball speed off this, but I actually then get the same kind of ball speed that I would get off my, probably not quite as much as 5 iron and a little more than 6 iron. So this is what we see with the very powerfully lofted irons nowadays, is still decent launch angle, but lots of ball speed and lower spin. So that's what's making the ball go further. So let me just hit one more with this. That felt a little bit towards the toe, but the spin was the same and super, super powerful on performance. So if we look at some averages there, just of kind of stock shots that you might be seeing when you're doing a fitting. So 88 mile an hour club head speed for me, kind of right on the money. Ball speed at just under 124, so that's quicker than I would normally see, predominantly down to the loft of the iron. Therefore the smash factor's up. Launch is a little bit lower than I would normally see. Again, loft related. Spin's a bit lower, but still getting out there at 93 feet peak height. Carry 180 and total 190. And we can see on 4 shots there, a nice tight grouping and good consistency of shot. So I think so far this has absolutely ticked all the boxes. Love the look, love the feel, very strong performance. My only little niggly doubt is if I'm hitting the ball into a green that's firm, is the ball coming in a little flat, even from a good height, because of the lack of spin? So we've come out onto the Trackman simulator, onto the 17th hole at the PGA National. So part of the Honda Classic, I think it is. It's actually being played this week. I've got 185 yards to the flag, over water. Let's hit some shots. Got the greens not soft, so a little bit firmer. So we're going to see when the ball lands, how it reacts on the green. So that one felt a little bit out the toe. So that one felt a little bit out the toe, bit similar to some of the ones I've struck before. And that missed the green, actually a little bit left. But the distance was good. So even with one I didn't quite get there, that still got to where I needed it to get to. Okay, and again. So that's a really good solid strike. Again, just turning. And missing the green. So still seeing the same kind of spin that I've been seeing. Just need to get one on the dance floor. So I've hit that more middle of the green, not turning quite as much. You can see a big bounce. Again, spin a little bit lower on that one, but you can see that big fiery first bounce. Let's go again. Again, strike has felt good. Here it comes. Again, big bounce, but just about hanging onto the green. Let's go one more on here, because so far, even though the spin's not incredibly high, we can see there's enough kind of descent angle that even on firm greens, this is stopping. But remember, this is 7-iron. I think a lot of golfers, when they're getting into those mid to longer irons, might just struggle to get the ball to land and stop on the green. But having said that, that 7-iron performs absolutely incredibly. And I'm pretty sure a lot of golfers out there probably all golfers out there, won't be too critical if they've got 4-iron, 5-iron in the bag, if it's landing on the green and rolling through a little bit. But all in all, super impressed with that. Now then, I like that. I really do like that. I mean, certainly at the price point of £119 per iron. Now, obviously you can spend a bit more because you could put different shafts, different grips on it. But at a base price of £119, for me, that is the best value performing iron PXG have ever made. And I would probably say that could be right up there with being the best iron I've tried so far in 2021. I think there's an awful lot of golfers would see benefit in that club. It's not necessarily that easy for guys to try. They can go on demo days, few stockists, but that is a really good iron. Looks good, feels good, performs well, is a great value club. I'm not going to say cheap because I say cheap about this, and inexpensive. £119 an iron is not inexpensive, but that is a seriously good iron. And if you are in the market and that's in your budget, you absolutely should be trying the 0211 iron from PXG. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like it and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed today's video and you don't currently subscribe, I'd love you to hit that button below, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all on Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact. Now for me, I'm going to hit a few more shots with this because I'm absolutely loving it.